Hi, I'm Ken Ellison from Ellison Machine Shop. You all know me? I'm your engine guy. I got a really nice engine I want to show here to you today. We have a Big Block Chevrolet that came in my shop from a really great customer, and I'll tell you all about it in just a minute. But the first thing I want to say to you is that, I don't think most people quite understand that when these engines are here and we're firing them up and they're beautiful and I'm standing here and I get all the credit for it, but I got a team of guys that I don't want to be left out. Everybody in the shop has their job. Everybody here has a hand in every single one of these engines. We all do our part. My youngest guy in the shop has been with me over 10 years, and my head engine builder, AJ, who led the charge on putting this one together, he's been with me now for 25 or so. Don't know exactly. He's been with me for at least 25 years, and I get all the credit for doing these. I get the fun part of firing them up, but some of them, I design pretty much every engine that we do. Some of them I assemble, some of them I don't. And this is one here that I didn't assemble. AJ put this one together, and let me fire it up for you, and then I'll tell you all about it. I'll tell you, a lot about the combination, why we do what we do on it. That sounds pretty good for about a quarter to a third of the throttle. I'm not hitting it all the way here, just sitting here running it up. Sounds a whole lot better in person than it does through any video ever. So this was the project. My customer comes in to me. He tells me they got a 68 Chevelle, belongs to him and his wife. They're interested in taking it to car shows. They want to be able to drive it to and from. It's going to be a total driver. Street rod. It's not going to the track. They're not street racers anymore. He said, this is the funny part. He said he really doesn't need a whole lot of power, which, it's a 454 Chevrolet. It's going to make a lot of power even if it had 7 pistons in it. So, but we're starting off with a 454. But this was the key. He told me he wants this thing to thunder. He wants, when he pulls onto a car show parking lot, for people to look at it. He wants, when it goes down the road, he wants it to be an attention getter. He loves the thunder. That's what he wants. So that's the key to it. So we went ahead and we got it apart, and I started checking it out. He made this really easy on me because he said this could run on racing fuel. He'd be happy with it running on racing fuel, or it can run on pump gas. It made no difference to him. And if you guys have been watching me any length of time, you know that I don't build them to run on racing fuel, because if it's a street car, street cars don't run on anything other than pump gas. I'm not saying you can't put Cam 2 or race and some other type of race fuel in your car, and you can drive it wherever you want to go. But to me, that's just a race car on the street. That's not a true street car. This one here, I designed it to where he can start it up and he can drive from point A to point B. And when we get this one together, he's going to be able to put the hood down. When he puts the hood down, he's not going to have to raise it again until it's time to change the oil. He can take us wherever he wants to go. So he paid me a really great compliment. I called him up and told him what I found in it once we checked out the block and so forth. And I started giving him some options. We could do this, we could do that. He said to me, he said, Ken, he says, you're old school, I'm old school. He says, if you build it, I'll like it. He says, I've been following your work. I'm good with whatever you want to build me. He gave me 2 requirements. He wanted it orange, and he wanted aluminum heads. And he backed off and gave me a free hand. You guys got no idea how easy that makes my job. And on top of that, what a tremendous compliment it is to me. I really appreciate someone, big project like this, and putting that much trust in me. That makes your builder feel great. So we got it apart. When we checked it out, crank was nasty. It needed to be replaced. We're going to put good rods in it anyway. Of course, it's going to get new pistons. And even though a 454 would have been plenty enough horsepower for him, I went with a 496. And we bored and stroked it, and we took it to a 496. And the reason we did that is because 496 cubic inch makes more noise than a 454. And the difference is what we have to consider is that the compression ratio of the engine is going to make it loud. The amount of horsepower that it has is what makes it loud. Compression makes it crack when you rev it. That's what gives it that real deep sound that we all like. But with it being a street car and me wanting to run it on pump gas, I'm going to keep it limited to 10 and a half to 1. So I opted to go up in cubic inch and take it up to 496 because that just makes more horsepower. It's going to sound better out the tailpipes. And he's not really worried too much about what kind of fuel mileage he gets. Trust me, this girl is thirsty, but she's going to be fun to drive. Total street car. So anyhow, this has been a blast, and I want to give all my guys credit because I couldn't do it without them. Like I said, I stand here and I get all the glory sometimes for it, but there's a whole team of people who roll their sleeves up and pay attention to what we do, and we're a team. We all know what the other one's doing. We work together. So anyhow, thanks for following my videos, guys. I appreciate it.